Hi, and welcome back to another HoriZEN video. I want to just show you some of the things that we've got inside our plugin, just using a synth voice for now, just something really basic, but what all the functions kind of do inside the plugin. So all I've done for now is I've just selected synth 1 and soloed this voice. We've just got currently just a saw running, so nothing too special here, but first of all, let's engage the gain envelope. And this will obviously now change the way the attack comes in, and likewise with the release as well. So we can obviously always mess around with how fast or slow the attack is on the thing or the release, and so on and so forth. Let's quickly skip down to the Unison, and if I play the sound at the same time and bring this in, as well as the spread, you can kind of hear what it kind of does here. And so we've got up to 16 voices. So straight away you can kind of get that really large kind of tone going on. And then furthermore, the effects section over here. So we've got convolution reverb in effects sends number 4, for example. If we just wanted a little splash of reverb, so we can do that with this guy here. So there we go, we've now got some kind of reverb set on here. If we wanted to play with some filters, let's say there are various filters to choose from, but these are general filters. So that can be controlled with the LFOs. So if we do that now, let's put a crazy one in for now, like this guy. We'll put the depth up here. Let's put the speed quite high. So as you can see from here, we can now see that running. We can then slow this down. Now start to change whatever settings that we're kind of like with that, you know. The filter envelope will obviously control, similar to the gain envelope, how and when the filter opens up, closes, sustains, so on and so forth. Let's now move on to the FM engine. So actually let's just disable the filter for now. So the FM, we can have lots of different functions based on what it is that we're playing. So for example here, if we choose, I don't know, let's just choose noise for the argument's sake of this one. No, actually let's choose a note. So because we're running a saw, let's put a square on, right? So you've got this on full amount right now. We're not running an LFO currently, although we can if we wanted to. I've got it set at 0 octave at the moment, so the actual FM is running the same note as what we're playing in, and there is no detune. However, if I start messing around with this, let's say put this down to -3. So now we get a completely different sound. Obviously it's too much at the moment. Now it's really kind of high. Obviously you can now blend that in as you're desired to do so. But you know, it just creates some nice effects here. And then obviously you can modulate this with the LFO, and then you can also detune, likewise with the Unison here, you know, and now it's obviously gone out of tune with itself. So if you're looking for that kind of result, then you obviously can do so. Now the EQ itself at the bottom here, let's turn the FM off again. So, and now obviously we can have our own custom EQ based on that one single voice that we'd like. There is a global EQ that you can add to the effects, but this is just purely just for this one voice. So when you're creating your own sounds or doing sound design, and you think, you know what, there's a certain frequency there that I don't want because I've got that another sound and it's masking it, then you can come in here and you know, simply do this. Now you can adjust the Q as well as the obviously the width of that as well, and you're not limited to one. I mean, you can go crazy and have as many as you'd like. Obviously that's your control on what it is that you would like to kind of do on that. The control section I'd like to discuss next, so let's just disable that. Now, the control here, we've got +1 and -1. So if we just play, let's turn Unison off actually. So if we put +1 on here and control that, then now we've got a +1 octave on that one note. If we put -1, then now we've got the -1 on. So these here are the volume levels of said notes. So you can now create big kind of chordal notes. That's with nothing on. And then we turn those up. And as you can kind of hear, it plays that, almost sounds like an organ at that point. So it's added in those extra notes, which is great fun. The mono section, it just plays it mono, it does what it says, and then obviously glide. But depending on the glide speed that you have, you know, so you will be allowed to sort of glide between those kind of notes. Tremolo, which is, you know, oops, let me turn these off. Tremolo will let you, again, let's drag this one in because it's a little bit crazy. So, you know, there it's now running a tremolo based on the LFO that I've put in here. You know, so you can have various different things on here. And likewise for vibrato. Now you can have pitch shifting notes here. So again, let's stick with this same one. So, although it sounds very cartoony, but you can have, I think you understand where that's going here. You can have lots of different speed variations and whatever it is that you would like to kind of play with there. So it's very interesting, especially if you put it on one-shot mode on the vibrato. So you can have a real big pitch shifter coming in for a certain part or an end of a note or whatever it is that you'd like to do. You imagine the power of all of these tools and functionality all running together in one engine, and that's just one voice. Imagine what you can do with all the other voices as well.